What other book does he say was the worst book he's ever stocked, and why?
Now he's at the Leaky Cauldron and at Diagon Alley for 2 weeks. No one stops him. No one wants to say hi to him. No one wants to.
So the last couple months, I've been working relentlessly on my house. So there's this
That's right, yeah.
program in my town where the residents get together. I don't know exactly who's buying what, but it's a free program to get your house painted. You volunteer.
Oh, nice.
That means you're essentially signed up to get your house painted. So I was going to have somebody paint our house, but we have skirting on our house and some rotten stuff here and there and some stuff that has mold on it over here. And I'm like, I was just going to tell them to paint over it, but I'm like, oh, cool. Get my house painted for free. I need to replace this stuff because how stupid would it be? Oh, a free paint job, paint over all this mold, and then it just comes right back through. So I've been replacing that, and over the weekend, I got everything done.
Nice.
Yeah, I might start a little bit like trim pieces. I got to do that still, but next in the spring. So for now, I'm done. I finished the staircase.
Yeah.
I replaced some steps on another stair. I put some 1-inch tubing below my gate, my main gate, because our small dog can crawl through it. So we had a plank in between the staircase and the porch, which we kept tripping over. And matter of time before one of us fell down the steps. So, yeah, I got all that done. The stairs, I got to send you a picture of them. Maybe I'll post them up on our Instagram, Squibs Corner. They look like a professional made them. Like when I do something, I make sure I do it to code. I make sure I do it to the best of my ability. And man, I just keep staring and going, man, that's the first time I've ever made steps. And they look fantastic. You would never know it was my first time. So.
I love it when a project turns out as nice, like as you picture it.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah, it is. Especially like
so satisfying.
And then I've been cleaning up the property, and I think it's because of my ADHD. The more clean something is, like the more like relaxed. I don't feel like I need to get up and do something. I feel like I can sit down and take it all in. And
for sure.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
That is good.
You had a little bit of news about what were we talking about? The HBO series.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. This is we're going to tie this into Harry Potter before we jump into the chapter. So last time we talked about there are pictures of John Lithgow as Dumbledore in costume, and he looks fantastic.
Yes.
But he's on a beach. He's on sand. You can tell that he's at an ocean.
Yeah, and the other day I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Well, and so you're like, yeah, he's going to talk to Nicholas Flamel, which we never see Nicholas Flamel in the books. We only know that he exists and that Dumbledore knows him and they've worked together in the past. Yeah. So today, or maybe last night, they released pictures of Nicholas Flamel on the beach scene, right? You can see that it's the same scene, so that we're going to get scenes of
So what you're saying
Dumbledore.
Is we need to have another update. So
we need to have another update.
Be recording tomorrow.
We'll talk about this. So here's my question. So I am all for adding things that aren't in the book as long as we don't detract from what happens in the book. Because I'll tell you what happened.
There's a lot of people saying there's no reason for so and so to be there so early, and I'm sure they're more specifically talking about Voldemort, but any character really. Especially Nicholas Flamel, the Sorcerer's Stone. It's directly related to Nicholas Flamel. There's every reason for him to be in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah.
So, real life example, I watched. So, How to Train Your Dragon. They did a live action version of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
And it released on Peacock October 10th. So, my son and I, we weren't able to get to the theater and watch it. So, we watched the live action How to Train Your Dragon on October 10th. While I was watching it, it didn't capture me because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? I was fascinated to see how they did scenes, and they changed some of the verbiage and they added a few little things here. Cool. But overall, it was like, I know what's coming. I know what's happening.
Yeah, with this, we know what's coming, and at the same time, we're like, we have no idea what's coming.
Well, that's why adding a scene like this that's part of the story but not part of the book, I am all about that.
We're getting rid of the insinuations and we're making them 100%
We
true.
are. Just like also on Peacock, I've watched The Office, the series, many times. But Peacock came out with the Superfan episodes of The Office that has all of the deleted scenes in the episode in chronological. So now instead of watching the original, like if you go back and watch episode 1, season 1, the Superfans episode is different. So even though you've watched it, you know what happens. It's so cool seeing, that wasn't in the original. That wasn't in the original. Just like Lord of the Rings, the extended versions are amazing. I hope that, again, remember Cornelius Fudge is already cast.
Yeah.
And it says that he shot an episode. So give me all of the things. Give me all of the added scenes. And you're going to capture the book fans. And I think you've already got the movie fans.
Yeah.
Because they don't necessarily...
And you got new fans too. So
and then you're getting the new fans. So I think them adding
a lot of people
Dumbledore
say,
Flamel is a good sign.
Yeah, a lot of people say, it's just a money grab. While, yeah, maybe.
You do it right.
Yeah.
You do it right, and this could be a great step for the Harry Potter franchise.
I agree. Welcome back, witches, wizards, and muggles to Squib's Corner. I'm Dumbledore.
Snape. Severus Snape.
I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Andrew, and today we're jumping into Chapter 4, The Leaky Cauldron of Book 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Before we jump into Chapter 4, let's kind of review where we were. The last chapter was the night bus. So we ended Chapter 2 with Harry getting into it with Aunt Marge. He loses control. He inflates her. There's a big kerfuffle with Uncle Dursley, Ripper the Bulldog. Harry's got to get out of there. So he grabs all of his stuff and he runs.
Yeah.
He leaves. He gets a few blocks away. And before he can do anything, he notices a large black dog staring at him from an alleyway. He trips, falls over his trunk because he raised his arm, his wand arm, or his wand hand, his wand arm. The night bus shows up, which is a magical, dark purple triple-decker bus that takes witches and wizards, probably squibs, and
we talked about
adolescent witches and wizards, but takes witches and wizards anywhere they want to go on land. They can't take anybody underwater. So Harry says, cool, take me to Diagon Alley. So after a few turn of events, they get to Diagon Alley. He's going to go to Gringotts. He's going to get some money, and then he's going to flee because he thinks that because he did magic out of school again, he's going to get expelled and or apprehended by the ministry. He's not sure. He's a muggle. Remember, he's muggle born, so he doesn't know. But once he gets to the Leaky Cauldron, the Minister for Magic is there, Cornelius Fudge, lets him off easy, says, look, for the next 2 weeks, you got to stay at the Leaky Cauldron. You can go anywhere you want to in Diagon Alley, but you cannot go to at Muggle London. While he's on the bus and while he's talking to Cornelius Fudge, we learn of Sirius Black and how he was a big follower of you-know-who, and he killed 13 people, including one wizard with one spell, and he was apprehended, and he was taken to Azkaban 12 years ago, and he has escaped. So chapter 4 picks up. Harry is staying at the Leaky Cauldron, and all he can do is go to Diagon Alley for the rest of his summer holidays. And now, let's jump into those 7-word summaries.
Well, first, would you believe it? We have another guest.
Talk to me. Another guest. 2 episodes in a row.
I know. Her name is Olivia whenever she hops on here. Back to back. That's a record for Squib's Corner here. So,
there we
guys, if you want to be a guest, keep writing into us, and we'll get you on every single episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, there she is.
Olivia's in the house.
I got it.
Let's get it.
All right.
Now it's a party.
It is a party. We'll start off by asking you a couple of questions, and then once we get done with that, then we'll get into it.
All right, sounds great.
All right, Andrew, I'll have you start us off.
Okay, I'll start with, I think, a glaringly obvious question. What took you so long to get on the podcast? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It says Olivia in Orlando. Which part of Orlando?
Yeah, so we're in Orlando in the suburb of Claremont.
I just moved up here from Claremont.
What? That's
Yeah.
Wow. So we're like right outside downtown, so really close to that beautiful Lake Mineola.
Okay, sure.
Super happy. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, you know where they built the new Costco on 50?
Yeah.
So my office was literally right across the street from that.
Oh, wow. What a wonderful location.
So it's still there. They changed the name. It was Comprehensive Health. Now it's Beach Medical.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, sweet area. Claremont's fun. Claremont, Jeremiah, if you've never been to Florida, Claremont is the rolling hills of Florida. So it's a super cool area and a lot of lakes.
Yeah, we were going to go to Florida in 2020 to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios, but then everything shut down.
Well, Disney World is in Orlando. Disneyland would have taken you to California. So
yeah, we've already been there. So yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Olivia, we ask real hard pressing questions here at Squib's Corner. So
yeah, get ready.
I'm ready.
The first and most obvious question, besides Andrew's first question.
Look, her name says Olivia in Orlando. I had questions.
You said what took you so long to get here?
I know. I'm like, man, I was sitting there waiting. I promise.
It's all good. Right. All good. We're here now.
What is your Harry Potter house?
Hogwarts house. Harry Potter's house is number 4 Privet Drive. What is your Hogwarts house?
Yes. So my Hogwarts house is Ravenclaw, and I have tested Ravenclaw since I was a little girl into adulthood. I don't know. I think I'm through and through Ravenclaw.
No, I know how that is. I am a Hufflepuff, and I've taken multiple tests. Hufflepuff every time, even on the new game. Well, not new anymore. What's the name of that game?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm Hufflepuff, so I was like, all right, well, that's just it.
That's what it is.
Really trying to be a Slytherin, but
that's great.
Andrew,
Hufflepuff and Slytherin.
You got to tell her what house you're in.
What a sad life. What a sad life, Jeremiah. Hufflepuff and Slytherin. Jeez, did you read the books?
I did. It doesn't talk much about Hufflepuff. No. Who am I, Hedwig?
Who even am I? Okay, so you're Ravenclaw. That's great. We love the second best house in the book. So, so obviously in Orlando, you've been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, basically live there. Yeah.
Now here's my question, because I have not been to Epic Universe.
Oh man, yeah.
Have you been to Epic?
Yeah, I've Universal hosted me and Epic.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. So it's like, not to be cheesy, but it is literally epic. Like, that is the perfect way to describe it. And of all the portals, they're all amazing. But truly, when I stepped into the Ministry of Magic, I'm not even like, despite my niche, I'm not like a Disney adult, anything like that. I was speechless because it is identical. Like, I was enthralled. They did fantastic.
They dropped over $1 billion on the Harry Potter or the Ministry of Magic portal.
Unbelievable.
Because they know, if you look, I mean, you go to Islands of Adventure, you go to Universal, people are going to Universal Studios far and away because of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
100%.
I mean, in Islands of Adventure, you have to walk through the Lost Continent.
Which is what?
Which I don't even think they do Poseidon's Fury anymore. They shut that down. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Lost Continent. So when they did Epic, they knew. They're like, okay, we've got to blow the socks off of the Harry Potter fans. And I heard when I was down there, it was a debate between care of magical creatures
Oh.
And because of Newt Scamander and what Fantastic Beasts and the Ministry of Magic, and they settled on the Ministry of Magic, and everyone says like just aesthetically.
Oh yeah,
no, that sounds amazing.
I mean, and you feel that way when you walk into Diagon Alley the first time.
Oh my gosh.
And you walk into Hogsmeade, just the attention to detail that they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to get back over it. I've only been to LA, so I'm really looking forward to going to Florida.
Oh yeah.
I've heard it's bigger, better. I mean, they got the.
Are you trying to take your family down there? Or are you trying to do a solo trip? If you do a solo trip, I'll meet you down there, and we'll.
I'd have to take my family. There's no way I couldn't take them.
I've heard about your family though, and I really think they'd be kind of a killjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we might have to stop a lot, but that just gives us more time to enjoy everything.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
So
go ahead.
The most important question here is, what got you into Harry Potter?
Oh man. So I feel like I have never been alive without Harry Potter, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like...
How old are you?
So my birthday was a couple days ago.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. And if you think... Like, I wasn't even born...
You just turned how old? Sorry?
I just turned 27.
Okay.
So
yeah, Harry Potter.
I wasn't alive when the first book came out. And even with the first movie, I was so little.
Sure.
So I did, because of just my age, I watched the movies before I was even old enough to read the books, because I wouldn't have gotten it. I was so little.
Yeah.
But having older siblings and my family just encouraged literature and fantasy and imagination so much. It is one of the first series that I vividly remember reading when I was young. And from that point forward, there was never not a time where it was in my life. It's like your comfort TV show. I'm never not rereading one of the books or, anything like that. It's just always like with me. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I envy everyone that watched the movies first.
It's so different.
Because I read the books first.
Yeah. It kind of kills it.
And then you watch the movie and you're like, well, that was a cool scene, but where's the rest? Why did they leave this out? Why did they leave that out? It's so
and in
disappointing.
hindsight, there's so many parts of the movies where I'm like, if you didn't read the books, how do you understand what's happening right now? And it's just, even the chapter we're going to talk about, I'm like, wait, how did I understand what's happening? Much later, obviously, whenever, we're in book 7, but I'm like, man, how did we even get here?
Well, to let you know, Andrew, she prepped real good for this. I asked, did you read chapter 4, right? Yes, I read chapters 1 through 4 to get caught up.
Ravenclaw.
I was like, of course a Ravenclaw would do that.
A Ravenclaw would do that.
One more question, and then we'll get into it. And I feel like we just have to ask this about every guest until it is over with, honestly.
Was that a threat?
Opinions on the HBO Harry Potter series.
Oh, man. What a loaded question. So here's my thing. Selfishly, I wanted a Marauders show. I think everyone did. Selfishly. Sure. However, I've come to terms with it, and I trust Max so much that I feel confident they're going to do well. And the casting so far has been pretty cool to see. And I hope that they're able to take these little scenes that we've talked about that we're like, what the heck's going on? And show us them. Show us these characters that we love, that some people don't even know exist. And so I have a very optimistic outlook on it. I'm very excited for it. I'm just so surprised it's happening so soon. That's my only thing. But, I mean, I'm ready for it. Let's see what they got. And like I said,
it's happening. It's happening. So...
We talked about it a little bit in the pre-show chatter, so we won't get into it too much now, but they're already adding scenes that it's not taking away from the story, it's adding to the story. So I don't know if you saw that picture of Dumbledore circulating around.
I saw that.
he's on the beach because he's going to visit Nicholas Flamel, and we just learned Nicholas Flamel has been casted as well.
Very interesting.
Already, yes, I am. The more it goes on, the more I'm trying so hard not to have expectations. But now it's just with that picture of Dumbledore circulating.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest.
Well, even
starting to get hard.
Even with Prisoner of Azkaban, with the introduction of Sirius Black and Remus Lupin, there are so many references to when the Marauders were at school. This book, specifically, we have many. So if they want to film all of those flashbacks,
yeah,
they could put the Marauders into the series. It could be an episode or two.
Sorry.
What's his name?
Hello.
This is Elfie.
Elfie.
Okay.
Hello, Elfie.
I love you so much. We gotta go. Sorry.
All right. Now we will go ahead and just hop right into our 7-word summary. We will start. I'll start it out. Then no. You know what, Olivia, you will go first.
All right.
Oh, the pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure at all. No pressure.
Crack the knuckles a little bit.
All right, Olivia, take it away.
All right, so my 7-word summary of Book 3, Chapter 4. Harry savors freedom, reunites, and learns danger.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mine kind of went the same way.
Okay.
Mine is all fun and games till you eavesdrop.
I love that.
Which Harry's really good at, as we'll learn.
Harry's good.
Harry.
My 7-word summary is a bit more satirical.
All right.
Harry's a hunted man? You don't say.
That's great.
Yeah, I was going to go that direction. But
Yeah, that's great.
I love at the end of the chapter, Harry's just like, I probably should be worried, but
he's not.
I've been up against Voldemort 3 times, so...
Well, then the mayor said something to him, too. So.
Yeah, that's the spirit, dear. That's whatever.
All right, so we also have this thing that's called 7-chapter notable.
Well, does Olivia know the rules of the episode?
Oh, I don't think I explained it to her. So go ahead and explain it to her, Andrew.
Olivia, as our guest, so typically we have scripted bullet points, highlights, things that we think need to be discussed from the chapter. So we'll go back and forth. Sometimes it's quotes, sometimes it's ideas. You can interject at any time. Thoughts, theories, likes, dislikes, there's no wrong interjection. Okay. If you want to jump in, you are our guest. We want to know, because we talk about how we interpret the different scenes or how we feel about things. We're cool with foreshadowing. We're cool with talking about things that have happened in the past, happen in the future. Anything that you want to talk about it. There's nothing wrong.
Cut us off mid-sentence. We'll only get a little bit mad. No.
Okay.
We won't get mad at all. All right, so our 7-chapter notables. These were actually a little difficult. As I was doing them, I kept going back and changing them and rearranging them. So, number 1, 2 weeks in Diagon Alley. Number 2, the infamous Firebolt. 3, how is Hermione taking all of these classes? 4, let's talk about Scabbers. 5, Crookshanks. And I mean, really pay attention whenever he is around. 6, he's at Hogwarts. 7, Azkaban guards at Hogwarts. Usually, we'll read the first paragraph, but if you have the book on hand, you can read the first paragraph of Chapter 4 if you'd like.
Do I have the book on hand? It's bookmarked to Chapter 4.
I have books in my studio. I have books in my house.
I didn't see. Is that a Scholastic version you got there?
Sure is. It is. All right. So the first paragraph of Chapter 4 is titled The Leaky Cauldron. And it says, it took Harry several days to get used to this strange new freedom. Never before had he been able to get up whenever he wanted or eat whatever he fancied. He could even go wherever he pleased as long as it was in Diagon Alley, and as this long cobble street was packed with the most fascinating wizard shops in the world, Harry felt no desire to break his word to Fudge and stray back into the Muggle world.
As I would.
Obviously.
Yeah,
obviously.
And we also have our first ever introduction paragraph to the chapter that has chapter notable number 1, 2 weeks in Diagon Alley.
2 weeks in Diagon Alley.
That just sounds like a dream come true, honestly.
Right.
So,
especially when you've got a pile of loose change hanging around Gringotts.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm really intrigued with he continued to do his homework, but now he can do it wherever he wants, whenever he wants. But the fact that it's still talking about it, I'm like, all right, Harry, good job.
Bro, he had Florian Fortescue doing his homework for him. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, while getting free ice cream.
Yes.
Come on now.
So
he was completely fine.
Yes, he was.
He was a poor Harry.
Right. He was fine.
Yeah.
Harry liked to hang out in the Leaky Cauldron and just kind of people watch, which is something I used to do. But over time, maybe it has something to do with age, I started getting like mad looks, like, what are you looking at? I didn't even know I was looking at you. Just chill. It's something I do. And, I'd like to know if Harry remembered which brick to tap with his wand. Andrew? Andrew. So we have pop quizzes, that music.
If you're going to ask me which brick it was, I'm going to reach through this computer.
Okay, Homer Simpson, your son Bart is asking you, which brick is it?
Third brick on the left over the trash can.
Yes.
Why would it be over the trash can? Maybe that is not as assuming. I don't know. It's like,
what if they move the trash can?
Does the trash can move when the wall opens up? Yes. Like this is new information to me. Like,
well,
yeah,
their
I remember
terms
that.
of measurement are always just so bizarre. It has to have some weirdness added to it. It can't ever just be simple.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm also curious if this is from when Hagrid showed him, or if Tom, who we assume is the barkeep, yet is described now as a completely different character. I wonder if he showed him. Like, Harry, come over here, let me show you.
Yeah, because Harry's only been there one time.
Yeah. So did he remember, or did Tom show him?
I like to believe that if you were raised with the Dursleys, I think he would remember everything about his first trip to Diagon Alley. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. And I want to say this real quick, and then I'll pass it over to you, Andrew. And Olivia, you can get on this too. But when Harry, at this point, he has 2 weeks just to be able to wander around in Diagon Alley without a care in the world. This seems so relaxing and amazing to just wake up, eat, get to really know your surroundings, the people around you, what shop has what, do your homework wherever you want, and just be completely worry-free. Like, this just sounds like complete freedom, not a care in the world, totally relaxing.
What is the question?
I mean, what are your thoughts on that? The same? Like, how do you feel about him being in Diagon Alley for 2 weeks? Like, just free reign almost.
I mean, you got to realize Harry Potter, the way that he was raised, they could have dropped him off at the mall. And they're like, hey, you can only stay in the mall for 2 weeks. He'd be like, really? Yeah, just the mall. Okay, I'll go to the food court. And then I'll go to Lids and get a hat. Not an expensive hat because I'm fiscally conservative because I've got 5 more years at Hogwarts. So I don't want to spend all my money.
Yeah,
so
I bring that up later.
I'll get a Chudley Cannon's hat from Lids, and then I'll go to Spencer's Gift and get something for Ron. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for it to be Diagon Alley, and it mentions this later, at the end of the 2 weeks, he knows his way around Diagon Alley.
What do you think Ron, if he was in the mall, or Harry, what do you think he'd give Ron? He'd probably give Hermione something really thoughtful. Ron gave him a sneakoscope, so do you think Harry would give him like a button or something? He's just button.
Something totally
useless.
I think
middle school boy age.
Yeah,
I think absurd.
Yeah, something dumb. I think he would go to. I think he would go to the Quidditch shop and give him like a Chudley Cannons jersey or something along those lines. But
I still say the sneakoscope was a weird gift. I mean, in retrospect, great idea, but like really a sneakoscope?
I mean, Harry has Voldemort plotting for his demise, so a sneakoscope's really not that far-fetched.
Okay, maybe I won't pop quiz you. Oh, I will, but I won't play the music. Where does the sneakoscope wind up being? Where does he keep it?
He keeps it in his trunk. And
at the
it
bottom.
comes out at the bottom of the trunk. And at one point, he has to wrap it in a sock so that it won't stop going crazy. So
yeah, completely
yes,
useful.
I believe we learned that in the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah,
that might happen this book, but I'm pretty sure it's Goblet of Fire that we learned that.
I think it is as well.
Yeah.
Something weird. Just throwing it out there. When he does get the sneakoscope, Ron puts in the letter. It wouldn't stop going off. Whatever. Foreshadowing for later. Mm-hmm. But something to make note of is that it stood completely still even when Harry was home. And I know we talk a lot about how terrible the Dursleys are and how they are just nasty to him. But it didn't go off around them. And we find out later, some backstory on Petunia and why Harry can't leave the house and all that good stuff. So it kind of makes you stop for a second and be like, well, are they trustworthy? Or what? Why would it not be going off around them? Do they not have true ill intentions?
No,
I don't know. I just think that this book, you start to see so many shifts in general, but you also see a shift in the Dursleys as well, which I find really interesting.
Yeah, we get really good scenes with them as they kind of
we do.
Out. Yeah.
Well, the literal part of my brain is saying, well, he kept the sneakoscope in the trunk in the cupboard while he was up. So I don't think we would have an opportunity this book to see it, but I know later.
I mean, I unwrapped it.
Well, and I honestly don't think that. Because the sneakoscope, I don't think Petunia or Vernon, I think they're up front, right? I think they're like, if you do that, and you'll get the stuffing knocked out of you. It's no secret.
Yeah.
It's no secret, right? So there are a couple things, but I do think that Petunia, while she hates the situation, there is that part of her that loved Lily.
Yeah.
That did want to go to Hogwarts, and I think she's told Vernon, like, hey, this is something that I have to do. But that's a good question.
Well, not to get too off topic, but if he pulled it back out and Aunt Marge was there, would it have gone off? Because she was.
I don't think she was sneaky either. I think she was.
she
worse than Vernon.
She wanted to go to town.
Yeah. So.
You filthy little liar. That's like probably one of my favorite quotes in this book so far.
Yeah, because when it went off with Ron, Fred and George had snuck beetles into his food.
Right.
So that was a sneaky thing that they have done, and that's why it went off. I don't know. The things that we talk about here at Squib's Corner. We love it. Magic. Magic. So worry-free, however, is not how everyone in Diagon Alley is. While some are talking about life as normal, new stuff coming out like the improvement of lunoscopes over moon charts, which, by the way, a lunoscope is a magical astronomical instrument invented by Perpetua Fancourt that shows the phases of the moon, making the moon chart, which is a written astronomical instrument to study the moon's movement, position, and phases, similar to a star chart, or kind of makes it a thing of the past. We also learn about gobstones, which is similar to marbles, if you muggles out there have ever played that. But in the case, the book says if you lose a point, the stone's actually going to squirt a nasty-smelling liquid into the other player's face. When they lose a point, no thank you, I'll pass.
Yes.
Others are talking about the escape of Sirius Black, obviously, and their safety. One mother says, I don't even want my kids to go outside on their own until they've caught him. But Harry, who at this point does not know that Sirius Black has anything to do with him, he's just a kid in a candy shop, 13-year-old. He's walking around. He's eating ice cream. He's doing his homework. He's getting free sundaes every 30 minutes. By Florian Fortescue.
I love ice cream, but every 30 minutes, no thank you.
Brutal.
Yeah, I don't think at any point in time I would have liked ice cream every 30 minutes. I don't.
I feel like I'm trying to remember my metabolism as a 13-year-old.
It's just too much. Well, as a 13.
Well, I'm assuming, I'm trying to think, how long is Harry going to sit down and do homework?
Right.
An hour? 2 hours max?
Oh, that's a stretch.
So he had, exactly. So we're saying he got 2 or 3 servings of ice cream. I think I got that. So Harry, at the age of 13, to have full restraint, even talks about having full restraint over his money. Very impressive. I go to, when we go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I'm like, look, we're not going to spend that much money. Let's just go. We're going to ride the rides. We're going to have fun. Good time.
$300 for the Firebolt? Yes.
I mean, he's the man. So, I think it's fair to say that he probably, and it even says this, he spent most of his time at Quidditch Quality Supply Shop. He went every day, and he looked at chapter notable number 2. There's a new Firebolt, the infamous Firebolt. Each one is custom made, custom numbered. International teams have made special orders so that they can get them. And here we have our first mention of they're preparing for the Quidditch World Cup, kind of a throwaway line that JK's like, you know what? We're going to use this in the future. Yeah. And then the new Firebolt is in full display. It says, the state-of-the-art racing broom sports a streamlined, superfine handle of ash, treated with a diamond hard polish and hand-numbered with its own registration number. Each individually selected birch twig in the bottom tail has been honed to aerodynamic perfection, giving the Firebolt unsurpassable balance and pinpoint precision. The Firebolt has an acceleration of 150 miles an hour in 10 seconds and incorporates an unbreakable braking charm. Price on request.
Which Harry had enough restraint to not even ask.
He's like, I'm not even going to ask. And I tell you what, if I'm on a website and I'm looking for something and it says add to cart to see the price, I'm going to another website. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all this.
Well,
yeah.
Because there's some sites where you do that and it's one price. So you click the back button, you do it again, it's a different price. And you're like,
they're like, oh, you've come back. It's $15 more now. You've come back to visit. We know you really want this.
That's right.
Yes. So this chapter brings a whole new light to Diagon Alley, as it should. What with Harry being there for, we keep saying, 2 weeks, we hear some new and familiar shop names. The place where Harry goes to get more potions and stuff for potions classes called the Apothecary. Madame Malkin's Robe for All Occasions, where he bought new school robes. Flourish and Blots for his school books. And this part is funny because the manager... Okay, so we've talked about Hagrid with the Monster Book of Monsters, sending them out, and just basically, you could picture Hagrid oh, this is good. But telling absolutely nobody how the book works, not even the store owners, which you would think.
Because why would he?
Yeah. So the book says...
it's the...
Go ahead.
It is what it is, yeah. It's Hagrid.
Yeah, and I think they even mentioned later, of course Hagrid would think that's funny.
Right.
Yes.
So the book says that the manager got very impatient when Harry said he was from Hogwarts. I don't think he mentioned he was a third year, but somehow the guy kind of knew, and he just, "Get out of my way," said the manager, impatiently brushing Harry aside. He drew on a pair of very thick gloves, picked up a large, knobbly walking stick, and proceeded towards the door of the monster books. Wait for it. Cage. All right. Olivia,
pop quiz.
You can answer this too.
All right, I'll try.
It should be another really easy one. What other book does he say was the worst book he's ever stocked, and why?
Man, you are throwing softballs
yeah.
tonight.
Softballs.
Softballs.
We got that one. We got that one.
What
that
is it,
was
Olivia?
whenever they had the invisible books, and so obviously they lost them.
200 copies of the Invisibility Book, the Invisible Book of Invisibility.
And they never found them.
And they never found them.
They spent a fortune on them. So, when Harry told him he already had one, naturally, he was very happy and told Harry that he'd been bitten 5 times already this morning. Which I wonder if that hurts. I mean,
right?
I guess I don't know.
I mean,
even a book
movie
slamming,
scene,
yeah.
and he has to jump on the bed because it's about to chomp at him. I mean, they portray it ferociously in that scene.
Yeah.
And even in the book, he says, 2 books were literally tearing another book apart.
Yeah.
So
imagine buying books and then watch them tear each other apart. Who pays for that?
Yeah, I couldn't do my homework last night. Why? My textbook ate my textbook. What? This is Hogwarts, I guess. Yes, okay. I guess. Jeez. Haven't I taught you Reparo?
They never use their magic practically enough for me.
No.
It's never.
Ever.
Which they might now. So we'll see. But Harry also needed other books, and the books he needed were Unfogging the Future by Cassandra Vablaski, and Intermediate Transfiguration, and the Standard Book of Spells, Grade 3.
Yeah, it's interesting, because once you get to year 3, you would assume that years 3 through 7 can do Care of Magical Creatures.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they all be using the same textbook, or do you think Hagrid had to choose 5 different textbooks for Care of Magical Creatures? And we never use the textbook.
No.
During the school year.
That's a good point.
No.
So it's like
but I would assume how, later when the boys get older and they're taking specific potions classes that you had to get a certain score to get in.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe it's one of those things where, okay, you're required to take it year whatever, and then should you choose to continue to advance? But gosh, if this is the entry
third year,
course, I don't even want to know what we're doing in our later years. I mean, we're like jumping in with the giant squid or something in the Black Lake at that point. I don't know.
Buckle up.
Gonna bring Fluffy back.
That's right. I mean, Hagrid, man.
So there's another nod in here to the brilliant writing of J.K. Rowling. Harry was having such a good time in Diagon Alley until he comes across a book called Death Omens. What to do when you know the worst is coming. Yep. This would put an unsettling thought in anyone's stomach. And back in his room when he was going down the rabbit hole, with his mirror, yes, the mirror told him, "You're fighting a losing battle there, dear," when he's trying to flatten his hair. Yep. You have to understand, with all this freedom to do whatever you want, not a care in the world, it gets lonely at some point, and now he's looking for Ron and Hermione everywhere he goes, right? He knows, because at this point, kids are starting to come back. It's getting closer to the start of term. So lucky for him, all the students start coming back. Seamus, Dean, Neville, the real Neville, not Harry disguised as Neville. Yeah, Neville and his grandmother. And finally, on the last day before term, there they are, Ron and Hermione, who already knew Harry's situation. Why? Because
simple
Arthur
explanation.
Works for the ministry. Yeah, logical.
Seriously.
Yeah, Ron laughed, and Hermione was very serious about, him running away and all that jazz. But Ron has a brand new wand, 14 inches, willow containing 1 unicorn tail here. Here's one thing that I wish J.K. would have added, because even Ron mentions it in here. But like, why do you think that Fudge let me off easy. And Ron's like, because it's you, the famous Harry Potter. Well, if you remember the first time that Harry goes to the Leaky Cauldron with Hagrid, every witch and wizard saw him and lined up to see him.
Yeah.
Now he's at the Leaky Cauldron and at Diagon Alley for 2 weeks. No one stops him.
Yeah.
No one wants to say hi to him. No one wants to shake his hand. Oh, Mr. Potter, it's you.
Little inconsistency.
It's like, I know that we as the reader are kind of jaded because we've been with him for 2 years and know that he's just a normal kid. But I feel like him being in Diagon Alley, walking around Diagon Alley, he would get stopped all the time.
Yeah, I don't remember his popularity and famous status really getting revamped again until next book with Rita Skeeter. You know? And that's so interesting. I wonder if it's just because they were anticipating for 11 years, or I guess maybe 10 years at that point, him coming back. And I was like, okay, he's here.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
But you don't think that would wear off?
No, I think people would still want to meet the famous Harry Potter, but no, he's just going to walk around.
That is a little weird. Yeah, total.
I think it's one of those things where you're very, very excited about something, and then that thing happens, and then you're like, cool, it happened.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
There's something else, Andrew, that you brought up, and it's actually something I wrote down that I want to talk about for a second. So, going back to that quote you gave, Ron says, probably because it's you, isn't it? Shrugged Ron, still chuckling. Famous Harry Potter and all that. I'd hate to see what the Ministry did to me if I blew up an ant. And I think
they'd have to find me. My mom would have buried me. I think it's what he said.
That part, exactly that part.
Yeah.
And I think I really like that part specifically enough to write it down because Book Ron was never as intimidated as dramatically as he is portrayed in the movies. It is not that mind you, it gets to a point when you're hormonal teenage boys, sure, but like it really wasn't as dramatic as it's portrayed. And Ron in this book specifically thrives. He's incredible. He is smart. He's witty. He's all these wonderful things that still you don't see in the movie. But he really is just like top in this book, this whole book. He's so smart. You see an amazing personality come out in him. Maybe it's because, hey, we hit the jackpot. We went to Egypt. I'm on a high. But even that comment of, my best friend's famous, that would have bothered movie Ron.
Well, I think he is very excited coming off of that trip to Egypt because he does mention at some point, hey, if we catch Black, I mean, we could use more money.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's ready to go back on another trip.
Yeah, we've talked about this before on the podcast. Movie Ron ruined Ron.
Oh, yeah.
They gave most of his great lines to Hermione. They make him the comedic third wheel when, yes, he is sometimes not as serious as Ron and Hermione, but Book Ron is clutch. Book Ron is great.
Smart, yeah.
Book Ron, even later in the book, when Ron's got a broken leg and Sirius Black is there, Ron is still like, you're gonna have to come through me if you're, Book Ron, and that's not in the movies. You don't get. Ron is totally cool being Harry's best friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they started catching up like friends do. Luckily, they were all staying at the Leaky Cauldron, and in my opinion, that sounds like an amazing night with little to no sleep. I'd imagine Harry's just belated that he has someone to hang out with at this point.
Right.
So I had to look this up. So Harry and Ron both had 9 classes. The first 7 were called core subjects and consisted of transfiguration, charms, potions, history of magic, defense against the dark arts, astronomy, and herbology. The other 2 subjects were called elective subjects, which they chose divination and care of magical creatures. But Hermione was taking... I know you're just going to say how easy this question was. How many classes was Hermione taking?
So Hermione's actually taking 12 classes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
which
in the movies, it seems like a lot more.
They make it
exaggerated.
Even the book, it's exaggerated. So she's got Muggle studies, she's got ancient runes, and then I'm trying to think of the other one.
Care of magical creatures and divination. Which divination?
Until she drops.
She only takes for so long. Yeah.
Wait, she's not taking 3 extra classes?
Muggle studies.
No, she's taking Muggle studies, ancient runes, and
arithmancy.
Arithmancy. Yeah. She's taking
like,
3.
Why are you taking Muggle studies? You are a Muggle.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I agree with her perspective. I think I would feel the same way.
Absolutely.
I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
I love her perspective.
Especially, I love it so much because I think of Hermione in Muggle Studies class, and I can see her raising her hand. Yes, Hermione. There actually is no function to a rubber duck. All it does is float in water. Like, that's all it does. What else does it do? No. Crazy Jeep people put it in their windshields, but like it just floats.
You can spray water out of a little.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah, there is no function to a rubber duck. Does Arthur Weasley know this?
No, he does not.
Someone needs to tell him.
He still doesn't know.
Well, Harry never even answered the question.
Doesn't answer the question.
He drives me crazy.
So, speaking of Hermione, she had some birthday money and headed off to the magical menagerie to get a pet like Ron.
You're so close.
That's close. Ron mentioned that he needed to get some tonic for Scabbers because Egypt just didn't quite agree with him.
And I think this is probably one of our most important chapter notables because it plays a big part. So chapter notable number 4, let's talk about Scabbers. So the lady at the magical menagerie says, okay, how old is this rat? And Ron's like, oh, I honestly don't know. He's been in my family forever. He was a hand-me-down for my brother Percy. He's at least 12 years old. And the lady's like, wait a second. Rats, 3 years, maybe 3-4 years, depending on type of rat, type of mouse, and how they're cared for. So the next question was, well, what magical powers does he have? And the book says, well, obviously Scabbers has never shown any trace or interesting power, so most likely none. And they talk about how Scabbers was missing a toe. This is kind of a throwaway line. Then she tried to talk to him about replacing him for something better. And he's like, no, I'm loyal to Scabbers. Scabbers is my man here. So,
which is funny because he always talks like he hates Scabbers.
Yeah.
But he's always with him, right? Mm-hmm. If he hated Scabbers, leave him at home.
Right.
There's literally no reason for him to have Scabbers at school if he didn't have some sort of affection for him,
I wonder if it's more of Mom would kill me if I lost Scabbers.
Valid, but I feel like he loses him all the time.
Yeah, I don't think Molly would care.
The instances where Scabbers runs off and Ron's running after him, I'm like, bro, just let him go. Just let him go.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Especially if he's supposed to be magical.
Yeah. So Hermione was like, hey, I think I'm going to get an owl. You've got Hedwig, you've got Errol, and Ron's like, no. Errol is not my owl. That's our family owl. So she goes to the magic menagerie. She's looking around. What'd she get? Well, there was a large animal there that Harry said was either a very big cat or a small tiger that had chased Scabbers, and it took them about 10 minutes to find Scabbers. And this is the cat that she chose. The one that chased Scabbers was ginger, full of thick, fluffy hair, a bit bow-legged, and had a grumpy, squashed face. Like, this is pulled directly from the book. Like it had run headlong into a brick wall. And the name of this little tiger / big cat, chapter notable number 5, Crookshanks. Hermione's new cat, and Ron was not happy that she got this cat. And this cat plays such a great role in this book.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Olivia, what you got for us? So you've got page open, ready to drop some knowledge.
You know, I have the page open. I'm following along as you're reading it. And I feel like one of the key bullet points I wrote down, right, for chapter 4 is foreshadowing, foreshadowing.
Oh
foreshadowing.
my gosh.
I mean, it's sickening. And, you know, not to beat a dead horse, but again, talking about when they're in Egypt and the sneakoscope would not stop going off. Like, the twins had just, you know, tricked him, but also Scabbers is with him too. Mm-hmm. And so we're already kind of like, maybe. No.
Sure.
But now, you know, we're taking him in, and why did she feel the need to describe his body? Like, why were those key points, you know, thrown in there with the tattered left ear and, you know, the missing toe and everything? And I think it's just, this chapter is so easy to just be like, man, da-da-da-da-da-da. This chapter's so childish, and Harry is so childlike in this chapter. But in hindsight, there is some dark lore brewing that we don't even know about. And I think it's just so interesting because, again, to me, this chapter is just so light. And I don't like that this one was cut so heavily, because it's kind of like you're waiting, you know something god-awful is going to happen to this poor boy.
Yes.
But why are we talking about Ron's rat missing a toe?
Oh,
and I think it's just like
so good.
The anticipation, man, it's so there at this chapter.
Absolutely. Well, we also keep saying books 1 and 2, introduction to Harry Potter. Book 3 is when the story really starts.
That's very fair. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
And they're just waiting for the other shoe to drop because we're like, no, his life is too good right now.
Yes.
What's going to happen?
Yes.
And Crookshanks, that's a huge throwaway too, because even if you've read the books, if you've not paid attention to Crookshanks, you wouldn't even know what's the big deal with Crookshanks.
Absolutely.
I think it's something you actually have to pay attention to.
Absolutely.
So the trio met up with the Weasleys. Mr. Weasley had told Harry that the Ministry had pulled everybody off their jobs to try to catch Black. He was followed by Molly, Fred, George, head boy Percy, and Ginny, whom gave Harry a weak hello. And I got to pull this from the book, Andrew. You know I do. So
absolutely.
Percy came up to Harry with his hand held solemnly as though he had never met Harry and said, Harry, how nice to see you. I hope you are doing well, said Percy pompously, shaking hands. It was rather like being introduced to the mayor.
Then Fred comes along, Harry, elbowing Percy out of the way and bowing deeply. Simply splendid to see you, old boy. Then George chimes in, marvelous, pushing Fred aside and seizing Harry's hand in turn. Absolutely spiffing. then the mom starts in, and then he turns to the mom. Oh, Mom, so wonderful to see you. Like, Fred and George are great, but Fred and George are great, but are they a little evil?
They are just that annoying.
Are they a little
annoying,
evil?
Big, and then little brother. And there's just such a perfect birth order for them to be so annoying.
Yes.
Imagine the potential for Fred and George in the new series. Oh.
They look great. They look great.
Yes.
I tell you who looks great. If you've seen pictures of all of the HBO cast, Draco Malfoy
amazing.
Looks perfect.
Yeah.
So excited for him. So they're talking about they're having dinner. It's a great dinner. They're talking about tomorrow they got to pack up tonight, get everything ready. The ministry's providing cars so that they can go to King's Cross Station in the morning. And they're like, well, why is the ministry giving us cars? They've never given us cars before. And Arthur's being vague of why they're getting cars. Oh, well, actually, I don't have a car anymore. And, we've got so much luggage that we got to get. So later, Harry... Well, first off, it sounds like Ron and Percy are sharing a room, and Percy can't find his head boy badge, and Ron can't find his rat tonic. So they're arguing. Percy thinks that Ron has taken the head boy badge, and he's like, I got to go downstairs and get my rat tonic. He's like, you're not going to leave here until we find my head boy badge. So Harry's like, I don't want to be here while you two bicker. I'm going to go downstairs and get the rat tonic. So he goes downstairs and he hears Molly and Arthur going back and forth on whether or not Harry has the right to know something. And more importantly, that knowing this something might even terrify Harry and that he's better off not knowing it because right now Harry's happy, which Molly is a mother, right? Oh, Molly is a mother. And they know Harry's past. They know Harry's living situation. So Harry's happy right now. Don't do it. So they go back and forth on how terrible Black is and that he's the only person that's ever escaped Azkaban, and he escaped for one reason, and that reason, they believe, is Harry. And we learn that Fudge has been keeping some of the Black situation hushed. Arthur says the guards told Fudge that Black's been talking in his sleep for a whole... Black cat fever.
Nosy.
So I love it. I love it. So Arthur, he says... The guards told Fudge that Black's been talking in his sleep for a while now, and this is chapter notable number 6. He's at Hogwarts. Always the same words. He's at Hogwarts. He's at Hogwarts. Black is deranged, Molly, and he wants Harry dead. If you ask me, he thinks murdering Harry will bring you-know-who back to power. Black has lost everything the night Harry stopped you-know-who, and he's had 12 years alone in Azkaban to root on that. And Harry's sneakily hearing all this. We also learn that there will be Azkaban guards at the school keeping watch. We don't get too deep into this, but obviously we will. And as Harry is laying in bed thinking all this over, he thought of the book Death Omens, right? When he saw that in Flourish and Blotts, he's like, they're on, and we didn't mention this earlier, on the front of Flourish and Blotts and Death Omens, what to do when you know the worst is coming, there was a big black dog on the front, just like the one that he sees in the alley. We failed to mention that. So Harry to himself, he's like, I'm not going to get murdered. And then the mirror goes, that's the spirit, dear. And I want to add something. Okay, let's go. We'll go through our final thoughts, and then I want to add kind of a glaring loophole here.
All right.
Yeah.
That I think, yeah.
Andrew, loophole us.
You know, here's the thing. Timelines mean everything.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So, how dare you say sometimes? So here's my thing. So, Sirius Black is in Azkaban when he sees a picture of the newspaper of the Weasleys in Egypt. And obviously, Scabbers is in that picture. And ultimately, we know that Sirius Black is not after Harry.
Sure.
We know that he's after Scabbers. He's after Peter Pettigrew, right? Spoiler alert.
Sure.
We know that. So he escapes Azkaban in the middle of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Scabbers in the middle of the summer? He's at the Burrow. He's at the Burrow.
Yeah.
He's not at Hogwarts. Why is Sirius Black waiting for Scabbers to get to... Sirius Black knows the Weasleys. They were in the Order of the Phoenix together. He would just go there. He would just go to the Burrow. There are no Dementors there. There's Weasley's off grocery shopping and at the, Arthur's at work. Go in, get Scabbers, go to Dumbledore, whom he trusts, and say, hey, you were the secret keeper. Mm-hmm. Or you did the unbreakable, you did the, what's the spell called?
Unbreakable Vow?
No, when he made him secret keeper, I can't remember the name of the spell. Anyway, So he's the one that made Peter the secret keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So he could take Scabbers to Dumbledore and be like, here you go. He had weeks to go to the Burrow and get Scabbers. But yet in his dream, he was saying he's at Hogwarts. Thank you so much, the Fidelius charm. So in his sleep, he's saying he's at Hogwarts. He's at Hogwarts. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, he knows that they're Hogwarts students, I suppose.
He doesn't care about the students. He only cares about Scabbers.
Well, he knows that Scabbers with Ron, which is a Hogwarts student.
How would he know, being in Azkaban, that Ron takes Scabbers to Hogwarts?
Hey, bro, how is he getting the Daily Prophet?
I know how he gets the Daily Prophet, and if you don't know how he got the Daily Prophet, you're upsetting me. Do you not know how he got the Daily Prophet?
No, I don't. But I'm just saying he's getting the Daily
Prophet.
Oh no, he's spiraling.
Goblet of Fire, baby. She ties in him getting this to the Goblet of Fire. It's such an amazing storyline. He gets it from Barty Crouch.
Yeah.
So amazing. Such a great continuation of a storyline from book 3 to book 4. Anyway, so he gets it. He knows that Scabbers is with the Burrow, which is smart for Peter Pettigrew. Super smart to be with a wizarding family. He wouldn't go to Hogwarts. He would go to the Burrow. Low key, get him, go to Dumbledore. Here's your boy. Set me free.
So your issue with how this actually plays out is because there's a practical solution to the problem.
We know that wizards aren't logical.
We've talked about this before as
We
well.
know that wizards aren't logical, yes.
Because truly, so many, even up until this book, if Harry just told a trusted adult what was happening, nothing bad would happen to. Tell an adult. Again, listen, reading and watching this stuff as a kid, you're like, my God, what is he gonna do? You gotta go into the Chamber of Secrets. But as an adult, you're like, go tell an adult what's happening to you. So I really, maybe it's because it's, it's still to this point very childlike, but there's so many little nuances like that.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, okay, so spoiler, because you gave a spoiler.
We talk about the future.
Okay, so when Scabbers first, and I can't remember if it's Lupin or Sirius who spells him, and then he has to, show his true form. But when one of the boys hit him, and he comes to be a human again.
I believe they both do it at the same time.
Okay, so he's kind of like scurrying and acting like a weirdo, but he's kind of been in rat form for quite some time. Now we know Sirius was able to escape because he turned into his animagus form, right?
Correct.
And so maybe somehow he was just not in his right mind for a while because he had to be in his dog form for so long to, not be impacted by the Dementor. So just playing devil's advocate, maybe it took Sirius a while to kind of feel normal again, but even still, I don't know. I think it's a stretch.
Well, he might have thought, I can't go to the Weasleys because there's a ministry worker that lives there. I know Arthur works for
Arthur Weasley.
Well, still, I mean...
I'm going to sneak into Hogwarts with the Dementors and Dumbledore. But no, I shouldn't get close to Arthur Weasley. Now, if he said, I'm not messing around with Molly Weasley, I might.
He's the one that did it.
Yeah, I'm scared of Molly. Right. I'll choose Dumbledore over Molly Weasley.
No, it's so true. And even still, I understand that he was totally framed, rightfully so. Even Lupin, was kind of hesitant at first. But, again, very practically, they have a potion that forces you to tell the truth. And so many things could have been solved. You know what? Hear me out. I'm here. I know I escaped Azkaban. So sorry about that, Dumbledore. But let me throw this back real quick.
Yeah.
Here's the rat. And book 3's over.
When we talk about...
We also have some time turners. We'll just go back at the time that it happened and just watch.
No, right. But you give it to a 13-year-old girl so she can take a couple of electives?
She's got to learn Muggle studies, Olivia.
Apparently so. By golly, she's going to be there.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to Veritaserum, that should not have been brought up at all in Harry Potter.
It should not.
It's the answer to a lot.
It creates too much trouble.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah. So other than that glaring loophole, at least glaring in my eyes.
Sure.
I love this chapter.
Oh yeah, no, great.
I love this chapter. I love him wandering around Diagon Alley. We are Harry. reading him doing it's exactly what we would do. And then, I'm remembering the first time that I read the book, and you're just like, oh, Sirius Black is after Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're past the point where I stopped saying this chapter didn't need to be here, because I don't think, I think every chapter is important now.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know what you thought about books 1 and 2, but a lot of those chapters were throwaways. Like I don't know.
And I get when you're creating a world as big as what she created, you do have to just over explain. And honestly, at the start of all of her books, that first page or two, she's like, Harry's a boy living a Pivot Drive, and all this, she's reintroducing everything one more time. She always does that.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of gonna echo you. For me, Prisoner of Azkaban is not my favorite book, but it's my favorite movie. And I think because, ironically, I felt so lucky when you told me this was the chapter we're discussing, because this is my favorite chapter in Prisoner of Azkaban, because I feel like this is the last time, so sadly, we see Harry's innocence. And this book specifically, it's gone. Even cinematically, the film is very physically dark. And I think that
as they go on, each movie gets a little darker, especially with the intros. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so for me, in my bullet points, I just keep writing page number. Harry is so childish. Harry is so childlike. Not childish, he's being annoying or mature, but just the I'm going to run out of money thing. And I'm like, you are a Nepo baby. You are filthy rich. You're fine. But even just his innocence, and even at that last page where he's like, man, there's a mass killer who broke out of jail who's on the way to get me. But man, I really wanted to go to Hogsmeade this year.
Yeah.
It's so childish still. And he gets thrown into just, real world problems.
It ages up really quick, in my opinion.
Yeah. He does. Yep. He does have to. And, I wonder if that was intentional, because he's now a teenager, and, with that, she wants to mature him. But I think it just shows where he's so childish in some ways because he wasn't given that childhood. But, okay, sorry, you're actually going to have to grow up really fast because of what's happening to you. So, I don't know. I just think it's such a beautiful clash of two versions of him.
Well, and J.K. Rowling has mentioned many times, obviously growing up in Great Britain, the influences of World War I and World War II were, very heavy. Even, she was born in the 60s, 70s. That's only 20, 30 years after World War II. And so, she talks about Harry is growing up in pre-war, and then is plunged head first into war. And so, you talk about the stories of these kids, and parents died because of this war, and the living situation, and orphans, and that's why orphans are kind of a big theme in the book. And even Neville is raised by his grandmother, and all of these things are very much things that you saw during and after World War II, not just by the Jewish community or the Gypsy community or the minority communities. And so she talks about how there were kids that never had a childhood.
Yeah.
And then she shows that with Harry, especially you see it, the crazy transition of Harry in book 5.
Oh God.
The mental and emotional struggle that he experiences in book 5 is just, oh my gosh. So she does, I think she does a great job of putting that in her writing, all the way from government propaganda intervention to hating certain witches and wizards because of their blood status, and all of these things.
Yeah. It's so much better, and I know I keep harping on it, but we keep having guests too. So much better than the first and second book, where I feel like a lot of information is just kind of packed in there, and it's kind of random, and there's no real storyline to it. And then we get to the third book, and then we start developing huge storylines that tie together with everything.
And it's less, book 3 is less Voldemort-y and more what's, okay, something's actually happening. Like you're saying, a continuation of the storyline, which I think is really cool because it's kind of like, it's almost American in a way, where American literature and movies and everything, it's, problem, climax, solution. Yeah. And that's very much how book 1 and 2 is. There's the problem, the climax, solution immediately. Yep. And here it's kind of like you're left on some cliffhangers, like what's going to happen? Harry can't stay with him all summer, like what's going to happen? And so she lets you ease right into book 4, which it's just a little different transition for him.
Well, and I think you also get, go ahead, Jeremiah, I'm sorry.
I was going to say the solutions for book 1 and 2 are very quick. Very quick.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and books 1 and 2, she's building the story from where we are and going forward. And you get very little backstory. Yes, Harry, your parents were murdered by a dark wizard. He couldn't defeat you. Other than that, we do not get a lot of backstory. In book 3, we start getting a lot of backstory. Why were your parents, why were your parents targeted by that guy? Why was, we start getting huge amounts of circumspectual story instead of just, okay, here we are. Oh, we've got events going forward. Now we're like this. I mean, we get betrayal. We get, they were friends with my parents. It's just so good how this is truly where the story begins to truly build in all directions. And I think every reader loves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Figuring out who to trust, who not to trust, even down to our professors now. And so, man, it's just a wild ride from this point forward once he gets on that train.
All right. Well, Olivia, thank you for joining us. This was really fun. Do you have any social media or anything you would like to plug?
And you have to tell us what your favorite book is now that we know that it's not Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, so we'll do that first. So I think everyone loves Prisoner of Azkaban movie. So my favorite book is Half-Blood Prince, but it's my least favorite movie. So a little backwards, but
see, I don't remember any of the movies.
It's so beautiful cinematically. Oh my gosh, just like thinking about the scenes, it's stunning. And I almost wonder if it's because I love that book so much that I'm so harsh with the movie. But it's going back to what we said earlier, where I'm kind of like, how do you understand what's happening if you read the book?
Sure.
So that's my rant for my favorite / least favorite.
I love it.
One of it, but
I love it.
Yeah, I talk about Harry Potter a lot on all of my channels and just Orlando life in general. Like I spent the whole day at Universal on Saturday just because I wanted to. But all my social media is the same. It's just Olivia in Orlando.
Olivia in Orlando.
I went there because I just wanted. I live in New Mexico, so there is no. I just wanted to go there.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a hot butterbeer and walk around with my friends.
What's your favorite butterbeer?
It's got to be the hot.
Oh my gosh, I love the slushy. No, frozen butterbeer is so good. And if you talk nice to him, you'll say, "Hey, give me 3/4 butterbeer and then 1/4 of the cream, please."
Oh, good Lord!
And then you get the diabetes. Then you get the diabetes.
Yeah.
Woo!
I can't.
Diabolical.
I've only been once, so I can't remember. I know I tasted one and was like, and then I tasted the other one. I was like, yeah, this one's it. Two different flavors for me, but
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Olivia.
Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun with you guys.
Good.
Bye. Thank you. Oh, I love having guests. It just it ramps up the conversation and the possibilities and everything.
Yeah.
It's great. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this. If it gives you the option to leave a comment or a rate, go ahead and do so. And who does everybody need to share this with, Andrew? Pop quiz.
All of your Potter friends.
Yes. Join us next chapter review for The Dementor. And I'll go ahead and sign us out. Black lost everything the night Harry stopped you-know-who, and he's had 12 years alone in Azkaban to brood on that. Squib's Corner is hosted by Jeremiah Lobot and co-host by Andrew Beecham. We would love to hear from you, so drop us a rate and review, to inquire about being a guest and for questions and comments, or to just give us your Harry Potter story. Email us at squibscorner@gmail.com. To watch Harry Potter merch unboxings, follow my YouTube, @KillPotterGuy. Lastly, you can leave us a voice memo and follow us on Instagram at Squibs Corner Podcast.